Hello everyone, welcome back to CFD College. I'm Ashkan and this is another tutorial on CFD, ANSYS Fluent, and turbulence modeling. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can or how we should check the y plus value in our simulations. As you know, we have to check the y plus after the first simulation, of course, to see whether the mesh size is appropriate for the turbulence model and the wall function that we are using. So we have to check it sometimes, or let's say many times. After we check the y plus value, we understand that we have to modify the mesh, make it a bit finer or coarser, or maybe change the wall function or turbulence model. So it's essential and we have to do it if you wanna you wanna obtain correct results. So if you like these types of videos, please subscribe the channel. I present one or two new videos every week regarding CFD, pre-processing, post-processing, and related material. Uh, Share these videos with your friends and give us a thumbs up. Okay, let's jump to ANSYS Fluent. I will show you how we can check the y plus value in both 2D and 3D simulations because students usually um, usually use wrong methods to check the y plus value. So imagine we have 2D simulations. And let me show you the simulation. As you can see here, we have this uh, channel. It's a backstep flow. Here we have the inlet, here is the outlet, and these are the walls. We generated a mesh, as you can see here. But now we want to check the y plus value to see whether the y plus value is fine, depending on the uh, goal you have. Some people want to have y plus greater than 30 to skip the viscous sublayer. Some students needs to and wants to resolve the viscous sublayer so they know that y plus value should be below 1 or 5. But in 2D simulation, how we should check it? Some people and some researchers make some averaging, and I don't know why, because it's not correct. For example, they go under the report tab, surface integral, and then choose area weighted average of the y plus on the walls, top wall, bottom wall. That's it. They calculate the average value and they report that the average y plus is 54, for example. But what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything, you know? The average value of y plus doesn't mean anything. We don't need that. In 2D simulations, you have to check the distribution of the y plus. So you have to create an xy plot. And for example, y plus on the top wall, and let's say bottom wall. Here, this is the distribution of y plus on the top wall and the bottom wall. And now this is something that you can rely on. Now you can see that for the top wall, the mesh should be finer because the y plus value is around 100 and it reaches actually near 120. So you have to decrease the mesh size on top wall, definitely. And on the bottom wall, uh, it's around, 20, 30, and even 40 in some regions. So on the bottom wall, also you need to decrease the mesh size. So this is how we have to check the y plus value in 2D simulations. You always have to look at the distribution. So you need a XY plot, and you can see it here, but you can export it and say that in Excel, Microsoft Excel or something, or some other software. But you need to see the distribution. You need to examine it. For example, now I know that in the regions near the inlet, for the top wall, I need to refine the mesh much more than the region near the outlet. So you have to examine different regions, the different walls into the simulation. You should see the distribution, and then you can decide whether the mesh is fine or not. But what should we do in 3D simulations? As you can see here, we have an heat sink. This is the heat sink here. Let me show it better. This is the heat sink we have, and we have a channel. Flow comes from this inlet and flows through this channel up to outlets. So here we have bottom wall, side wall, top wall, and the heat sinks walls. So we have different walls in this simulation. As you know, the most important surfaces that we have are here, the heat sink surfaces. So Y plus should be appropriate in these particular walls. In other walls, the sensitivity is less. Okay. So what should we do in 3D simulations? Can we use the averaging? No, that's out of that's not good even in 2D and 3D simulations. That's never never use that. Okay. What about XY plot? You can use that, but I don't think you get something good. Let me let me do that. For example, on the side, bottom, and top wall. See, we cannot see anything from this chart. It's not good, especially in. I think I have to change it to Z. Yeah, but it's not good because in 3D we have many cells, many faces on each wall, and the distribution it's a bit confusing. The best way to check the y plus value in 3D simulations is contour plots. So you should go to contours, turbulence, y plus, and choose the walls. You can change it to group by type, and for example, see the y plus on these walls. Of course, we don't need to uh, select wall sink hair shadow because the adjacent cell of this boundary is the solid boundary. Y plus is not defined there. But on the other walls now you can see the Y plus. You can examine it. For example, I know that The y plus on this side wall is around 24. So I can use finer mesh near this wall on the top wall. You can use this one. You can select them one by one. For example, top, and then deselect the global range. Now this range that you can see here is only related to wall enclosed top, the top wall. So the maximum y plus on the top wall is 17. Here we have around 7 and here around 10. You can do this for each wall. Here you can see we have the most of the regions on this wall y plus is greater than 20. So the mesh near this wall should be the mesh size should be decreased. And the wall of heatsink, here you can see the maximum y plus, which is here on the top is around 12, but on the sides it's fine. You can deselect auto range and clip to range and decrease the maximum limit to 5. Now you can see y plus on the side walls of the heat sinks is it's fine. I think it's smaller than 2 or 3, so it's good. Uh, so after the examination, you can understand that which regions needs finer mesh. For example, now I know that uh, I have to decrease the mesh size or on this wall, side wall, and also on the top of these top surfaces of the heatsink. So in why? Because I wanted to have y plus smaller than 5, for example. If you are using a wall function, it depends on the wall function, but most of the time it's okay. If, for example, if you are using scalable wall function in Epsilon model. So see, this is the method that you should do. You should examine the y plus on different walls uh, one by one separately. In 3D simulation, you can use contour plot. In 2D, you should use XY plot. And then you can have a good estimation of the, mesh size, whether it's good or not, or you need to modify the mesh on, for example, A and B walls. That's it. You should do this. And don't forget to do that because y plus is important. It affects everything, especially if you have, big transfer. So I think it's enough for this session. This is the end of this session. Please subscribe the channel, share these videos with your friends, introduce us to your friends, and let them join us and enjoy. Again, thank you for being with us. And thanks for watching this video. Until the next video, take care of yourselves and bye bye.